Funding meant for traders. Ment Funding.
Hello and welcome back to the Ment Funding YouTube channel. It has been a while since I've uploaded onto this channel, however that is now due to change. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel already, please do hit that subscribe button and enable the notifications by hitting the bell so you guys know when I post next. So for today's video, to kickstart the new year in 2025, I've decided what better time would it be than to actually create you guys a blueprint as to how you can become profitable in the year of 2025 and how you can make your first $100, $1,000, $10,000, $100,000, whatever it may be, as long as you put the hard work in from today, not from the new year, not from next week, from today, right now. So I'm going to help you guys create a blueprint as to how I would do it if I was to restart my whole trading journey all over again. So before we go into that, I want to give you some context. I started trading back in 2018, towards the start of 2018, and I was not profitable one bit for years and years and years. And I wish now I did things differently. I wish I actually found some decent education. I wish I found a decent strategy. And I wish I had the right psychology of an actual profitable, consistent trader. This video is going to show you guys how you can build that without having to go through all the mess that I did over 3 or 4 years, taking constant losses, losing accounts, etc., etc. I'm going to help you fast track to get your funded accounts, to get your first payouts, to get you to a full-time trader position a lot quicker than anywhere else will. Okay, so first things first, let's actually go into what it takes to be a consistent trader. And there's 3 main things that I really want to go through in today's video. The first one is going to be strategy, like I say. And in order to be successful in trading, you need to have a good strategy, a strategy that is not too discretional, which means that you're not changing rules as and when the trade happens, and a strategy that is not too strict, which means that you will actually allow for some leeway for trades to happen. And we'll go into that in a moment. What you also need is good psychology. Now, this is something that a lot of traders forget when they're first learning. They just go ahead, learn the strategy, and then take it live and forget all about the psychological side of things. When you first start trading, 95% of your time will be spent towards developing your strategy, and 5% of the time will be spent towards developing your psychology. But when you go into live trading, it's almost the other way around. It flips itself on the head. So 5% of your time is dedicated towards following your strategy, and then, believe it or not, the other 95% of your time is dedicated towards actually the psychological side of things, because trading live is not easy and it's not the same as back testing or forward testing. And then the third thing, which a lot of people don't like to speak about, is funds. You can't be successful and you can't make massive money without having decent funds behind you. So I'm going to show you guys today how you can have all these 3 things going into the new year, or at least set yourself up so by the end of the next year, by the end of 2025, you will be in the best possible position to have made your first $1,000, made your first $10,000, $100,000, whatever it may be. At least you'll be working closer towards your goals. So, for the strategy side of things, what does a trader need when it comes to strategy? Well, the first thing that I really wish that I had was the correct education. And this means that I wish I had the right people around me. For example, I wish I had a mentorship that actually that understood what problems a new trader faces, and I wish I had a lot of case studies that I could look back on, etc., etc. And you'll be happy to know that obviously we do have MentFX, which is our mentorship, and you can head over to mentfx.com to have a look through our mentorship. Here's a Discord. Obviously, we've got multiple Discord channels. We also have a portal with an absolute huge amount of content on there, which I'm not going to go on to because obviously that does leak out some of the exclusive content that you guys could have access to. But if you're not in a position to be able to join the course right now, we do also have a free YouTube channel. If you head over to YouTube, just type in MentFX and you will find this YouTube channel where Ment himself, Anton, goes through so much when it comes down to the strategy that he teaches in the private exclusive mentorship. Okay, so I wish I had some type of education. I wish I had the right people around me. So strategy always comes down to the correct education. And obviously, like I say, a mentorship, I wish I had that. And the right community around you as well, because with most mentorships, or with most good mentorships, you do end up having a community around you. Here's our community over at Ment. We have a trade talk, which literally today is Boxing Day, 26th of December, and it is still popping. Like, people are still showing the trades. I've entered a trade here recently, earlier on this morning. I've showcased it, people showcased theirs. We have a bookmark channel where people, where if a post gets more than 15 reactions, it goes into there. We have a beginners channel, so if you're still fairly new to trading or fairly new to the mentorship, you can find loads of beginner related questions in there, and the list truly does go on. We have so much that you can go through, even the archived old course. And another part of having a good strategy is being able to understand different time frames. Now, if you're already part of the Ment community, you'll know what I mean by this, but EVC is something that's very key, and we're just going to quickly write that down here. So EVC, and this means entry, validation, and context. And these are the three main things that can truly make you profitable. It starts helping you think in scale and in time frames. Now, it's all good and well having a strategy, but it's even better having a strategy that intertwines with different time frames and allows you to exploit a larger, higher time frame move whilst getting involved on a lower time frame. So, for example, on here, on my trade on USD JPY today, even though I entered based on a 15-minute confirmation style for my entry, my validation actually is a 90-minute validation, which meets a certain set of rules. For you Ment people out there, all I was looking for was a flush, a couple of accumulation MBs, and obviously got involved after a mini flush, and then another accumulation MB and an accumulation MB too. And then on a 15-hour, which is my context time frame, all I'm looking to get involved on here is just a momentum MB for all you Ment people. If you don't want to know what I mean by that, and you do want to have some more context behind what that actually means, like I said before, head over to the YouTube channel Ment and just have a look through some of those videos, and you'll quickly get a grasp as to how these concepts actually all work together. So, like I said, it's important to have a strategy, and it's important to think in time frames. And like I say, that all comes under the umbrella of time frames. And for you guys who are not part of the Ment community, and for you guys that do not know much about how to use EVC, take your entry time frame, multiply that by 6 to get a validation time frame, then take your validation time frame and multiply that by 10 to get your context time frame. Use your strategy in the same way or in a very similar way across all those three time frames, and you tell me what your results are down in the comments below. So that's the main things that I really want to focus on when it comes down to strategy. The things I wish I did have was a good education, a good mentorship, a really good community full of like-minded individuals, and some actual type of way of viewing timeframes. Because for me, when I first started, my biggest blocker was actually how to view timeframes and how to understand timeframes in a proper contextual way. EVC helps a lot, and you can check out an EVC video if you head over to the Ment YouTube channel and just type EVC. I am sure one will come up that goes through how to look into timeframes in an EVC manner. Now, the next thing that I really wish I did have when I first started to trade was the correct psychology. So I've done a lot of videos on the Ment Funding YouTube channel already around psychology. However, I'm just going to briefly summarize what I wish I had. So what I wish I had was a correct mindset when I first started. Let's actually just undo that a second, get rid of that and just change the color back to black. So I wish I had the correct mindset when I first started. I wish I was avoiding negativity, which is my next point I'm going to speak about a bit. So avoiding negativity, however you spell it, I don't know, my mind just went blank, but avoiding negativity is one of the biggest things that a trader should be doing. And the reason why is, if you allow negative things to happen in your life, for example, if you are in a relationship that's not very positive, or if you're in an environment that's not very positive, or if you have a job that you don't really like, that can actually affect your trading results more than you can imagine. And the reason why is that if you surround yourself with negativity, or if you are a negative type of person, you're really going to struggle in trading, because trading is all all about having the correct psychology and actually being positive about things, no matter the outcome. So that means whether you take a win, you stay neutral. Whether you take a loss, you stay neutral. Whether you take a break even, you stay neutral. You don't get excited, you don't start getting happy, you don't start getting too sad. You just stay neutral about things, okay? And that's something that a lot of traders do not understand. They think that as soon as you win, you have to be over the moon and happy, and as soon as you lose, you have to go start changing stuff. And that's not the case. So avoiding negativity outside of trading can really impact your actual trading. And for more context, when I first started to learn how to trade, I was in a quite a negative situation, so to speak, when it come down to relationships, etc., and all that type of stuff that I'm not going to get into. But the point is, if that was excluded outside of that, or if I actually focused on getting rid of that negativity and trying to be a bit more of a positive person, that could have propelled me to becoming a full-time, consistent, profitable trader much, much quicker. Now, the next thing that I really want to focus on when it comes down to psychology is avoiding and dwelling on situations as well. So dwelling kind of intertwines with negativity, but it's something that a lot of traders do, and they probably don't realize it. So dwelling on a trade, for example. So if you miss a trade, you start dwelling on it, and then you're like, oh, but it could have done this, it could have done that. Forget about it. The trade has happened, it's gone. Move on to the next trade if there is a trade, or redo your analysis and relook at the pairs or whatever it is that your plan entails, and then start again. Don't start worrying about what's happened in the past. Whatever's happened in the past when it comes to trading has happened. Just move on and continue and stay positive. So psychology is actually really simple to master, and it's simple, but it's different for everyone. Everyone takes psychology in a very, very different way. So it could be easy for you to fix your psychology, or it could be the most difficult thing in the world. All I would recommend is to fix psychology. Start off by just writing down. Write down stuff. So whether that be stuff like daily goals, or almost like a diary. Cool. So start being more on the ball when it comes to writing down daily goals, which is basically, when you wake up or the night before, just write down 4 or 5 things that you want to achieve for the next day. That will help your psychology more than you can imagine. And that actually really helped me when I first started doing them things. I wish I started doing that from day one, because that would have actually propelled me to profitability much, much quicker. And that's all I want to touch on in terms of psychology, because psychology is quite subjective and everyone's different when it comes to psychology as well. So find the things that you're struggling on, use them as a bit of a guide path, and then go from there, work on from there as to how you can not fix, but make your psychological barriers a bit easier when it comes to trading, and make your life a bit easier in general. Okay, so now the third thing, which a lot of people obviously do struggle on when it comes to trading, and not many people speak about, is the funds required to actually make a living out of trading. So most people, when you start to trade, you may be in a situation where you've not got much money, so not much money, which is fine. Or you may be in a situation where living paycheck to paycheck, which is also fine. And the reason why that's fine is because we have something called prop firms. So over at Ment Funding, as I'm sure you obviously know by now if you're watching this video, Ment Funding is a prop firm in itself. If you head over to mentfunding.com, you can have a look through our prop firm, and you can see what we offer, and why we offer it, what we compare to, why we are pretty much the best in the industry. You can also see a bunch of amazing Trustpilot reviews, as well as some proof of payouts, etc., along with some FAQs, and just anything that you might ever need in terms of a prop firm you can find on our websites. Okay, so prop firms are a big thing that a lot of people might either worry about or be very passionate about, and I want you guys to be passionate about it. A prop firm is not the be all end all. It's actually a vehicle to drive your personal account. So a prop firm is a vehicle to drive your personal account. And what I mean by that is that when you start to withdraw money out of a prop firm, that's actually should be going into your personal account so you can build up your personal account. So a prop firm should never be the be all end all. It shouldn't be that, oh, I live my lifestyle based off prop firm withdrawals. It shouldn't work like that. You need to build your net worth. Okay, so build your net worth using prop firms. Using prop firms, which obviously provide the funds as well. So Ment Funding obviously is one of the greatest, if not the greatest in the industry, because of all the things that we offer. And as I'm sure you all know by now, we do offer up to a $5 million scaling plan. If you head over to mentfunding.com, we basically double your account whenever you hit this exact criteria. So you could even start on a 25k account and over time double it over and over and over until you hit a $5 million account size. So to summarize this whole video, it might feel like it was a bit all over the place, but I'm going to summarize it now and make it as simple as possible for you. So to reach consistency in the year 2025, you just need three main things. The first one is a good strategy. MentFX is a fantastic strategy. It's what's made me profitable over time. It's what's helped me build a lifestyle that I'm able to live right now. It's what's helped me, help other people with money, etc., etc. It's what's changed my whole life. Okay. Psychology, you need a good psychology. You cannot be a successful, profitable, consistent trader without the right psychology. And in order to master psychology, it is pretty much a simple fix if you're struggling with just a few things. But if you feel like you're struggling with quite a lot, we do offer one-to-ones when it comes to anything. So it could be strategy one-to-ones or psychological one-to-ones. Just head over to the MentFX mentorship if you are part of it, and head over to the one-to-one channel and get yourself booked in. And last but not least, the funds. Every single trader or every single aspiring trader will need funds to be profitable and make some money. So get the right funds behind you, go for Ment Funding. Use what we have on our free YouTube channel if you're not in a position to join the mentorship. If you can join the mentorship, I highly recommend it. The new portal that we put together is an absolute fantastic way of learning how the markets move, why they move that way, and how you can be consistent and catch moves within the market movement, within the cycles that happen in the market. And always have a good psychology. If you don't have the right psychology, unfortunately, you are not going to progress too far in trading. But everyone can end up with a good psychology as long as you start tackling that from now. So start working on what makes you upset, what makes you sad, what makes you overly happy in real life right now, and then start becoming a bit more neutral towards that. And it might sound a bit sad that you have to become a bit numb towards things that happen, but it's the only way that you can actually make some money out of trading, which is my personal experience. Okay, so this is a blueprint as to how you can become profitable in 2025. You need a good strategy, you need a good psychology, and you need funds behind you. Here is how you can do it. I've shown you a mentorship, I've shown you a funding platform, and I've also told you a few things as to how you can get your psychology right. Also, check out the rest of the videos on this channel as to how you can fix your psychology if you are experiencing issues with it. And by the end of next year, I promise you, if you put all the hard work in now, you will be in a much better position than you were today. So that is pretty much the end of this video. I want to keep it very, very simple. But if you think that there is anything that I've missed off that you want me to do another video on as a follow-up video, please do comment down below and let me know. But other than that, I hope you have a lovely rest of your year. We've got about a few days left of the year. Have an amazing new year, and I shall see you with more videos consecutively come the new year.